today's video, seeing as it's still the Halloween season, I figured we should talk about some good old-fashioned Halloween fun when that time the Addams Family went up against a golfing poltergeist. Halloween! Golfing! Candy! So, alright, let's go!
Yeah! So, it's Halloween time at the Addams home! Gomez, Morticia, and Lurch are getting ready for that classic Addams Halloween tradition, listening to Granny's spooky Halloween tales. So the family gathers around to re-listen to the story of the Puttergeist. This story happened 40 Halloweens ago, when a golfer who had to have been absolutely insane went golfing during a severe thunderstorm. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, he was struck by lightning on the 13th hole, where his head was blown off completely, and he returns every Halloween to search for his missing head. Dude, man, it's gone like the lightning obliterated it, Jeez. In the interim, he uses a giant golf ball from the golf course sign to substitute as his head. Wednesday and Pugsly are sick of hearing this story every single Halloween, mostly because they totally do not believe in no damn Puttergeist. That's kid stuff, come on! They have more mature things to do than listen to a Halloween story. They're going trick-or-treating with their good friend, NJ. So off they go, which is perfect timing because Gomez and Morticia are getting in the mood, hey? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Meanwhile, the Addams kids meet up with their friend NJ and his parents who absolutely hate the Addams. But even more so, they hate the notion that their kid NJ believes in the story of the Puttergeist. Come on, Junior, you're too old to believe in this Puttergeist story. Besides, you should believe in more realistic stories like, Beetlejuice or the Candyman. But I digress. Strangely enough, while the kids are trick-or-treating, they actually see the Puttergeist. He's chasing them down in his golf cart. Holy crap, the Puttergeist is real? Huh? Or is he? No! At least not in this instance. It was just Uncle Festa dressed up as the Puttergeist for Halloween. A close call for us all, hey? But another Puttergeist has manifested and is chasing them down! Holy crap, it's the real Puttergeist! Or is it? I don't even know, man! This one is driving his golf cart into the Addams home. Morticia theorizes that this may be a long-lost member of the Addams family, Who knows? A lot of quirky stuff happens in that family tree. But the Addams kids are still skeptical about this whole thing, so they decide to go all Scooby-Doo and try to capture and unmask this golfing ghost. So they go to the scene of the original nature crime, the Happydale Heights golf course, where, while they're there, luckily, the Puttergeist finds them first, turning the tables on the would-be captors. But Pugsley and Thing turn the tables again. They bury a bunch of landmines in one of the greens to capture the Puttergeist, which, for the love of golf, man, that is a screaming example of improper golf etiquette, come on. I'm out there trying to sink a birdie, not trying to fight Charlie in the trees, jeez. But nonetheless, Pugsley's plan prevails. They captured the Puttergeist, where we find out that he is actually Norman Mayer? NJ's father? What? The guy who was upset with NJ believing in the Puttergeist? Holy crap! Well, you see, it turns out the whole Puttergeist story was started by Norman Mayer's grandfather. He created the story of the Puttergeist and the costume of the Puttergeist to start terrorizing the town for some good Halloween fun. He passed down the Puttergeist tradition to his son, who in turn passed down the tradition to Norman, the current Puttergeist. So I guess NJ will take on the crown of the Puttergeist in 20 years from now? That's That's actually pretty cool. Suddenly, another real Puttergeist drives across the course. So, like, is this thing real or not? Or, like, what the hell is going on? My brain can't handle these twists and turns! Is it just Norman's father doing this? Like he broke out of the old folks home or something? Like, what the hell? But, oh well, I guess we'll find out next Halloween. But with that, that is the end of this spooky tale.
So yeah, hey, like, you know, pretty decent episode, right? Those Addamses, hey, like, what an interesting bunch, you know? And they, you know, in of themselves are pretty much a Halloween story, you know, like right off the bat. But you add in a nefarious golfing ghost, man, and things, you know, actually turn out pretty hip. You know, and really, like, the Addams would be basically the perfect Ghostbusters, right? Like, they're not afraid of no ghost. Or, I guess, you know, more Mystery Inc. than Ghostbusters, you know, based on the episode here, but still, you know, pretty good stuff. One of the things that brought up some memories for me in this episode was when the Norman mayors were handing out potato salad instead of candy. I do remember as a young Muppet, you know, trick-or-treating, and we all knew of that one house in the neighborhood that would hand out, you know, like raisins or apples or some kind of fruit. And we knew which house to completely avoid when we were trick-or-treating. Realistically, as an adult, you know, like you're thinking, oh, you're getting raisins and stuff like that. That's still a pretty sweet snack. You know, it's still technically candy. But as a kid, man, we didn't want any natural sugar. You know, we wanted something made completely of sugar, you know? Or some chocolate that was so sweet it would give you a toothache and a headache at the same time. And then we get to the main villain, the Puttergeist. I can't help but think about that scene from that classic movie Caddyshack, where that one member of the golf course did go golfing in that storm and was hit by lightning. Although, you know, he didn't turn into a poltergeist, but I guess he did die. Not sure if that was inspiration for this episode, but, you know, like, Caddyshack rules anyway, so whenever I can talk about it, I will. And for me, you know, like, I've gone golfing in kind of rain, you know, like a light drizzle or something like that, or if it's kind of windy, but, like, never, ever, you know, if there's a thunderstorm, you gotta be crazy. But also, you know, I do live in Canada, so I have golfed, you know, when it did start to snow, kind of really near the end of the season. Well, extended golf season, because it was kind of warm for a while, but, you know, winter comes no matter what. And I do appreciate how, like, every town does have that kind of folklore or some kind of wild ghost story that everyone seems to know about, you know? So for Happy Dale Heights, it was the Puttergeist, and, you know, I'm kind of really trying to think about the main ghost story in my town, but I actually can't think of it. I'm gonna have to research this. I guess researching ghost stories for Halloween would actually kind of make sense, so yeah, I think I'll do that. But yes, indeed, man, pretty awesome episode. You know, if you haven't checked it out, like, Addams Family, always classic, you know, this one is, you know, no different. Well, you know, it has its own kind of different angle, but still, you know, it's Addams Family humor, so it's all good. But with all of that stuff, we do have some behind the scenes kind of things about some stuff and other than that, so let's talk about that stuff over here.
So yes, indeed, hey, the Addams Family. How did we get from the beginning of the Addams Family all the way to this 90s cartoon show? Well, let us take a quick tiptoe through the time tulips and find out. And with that, we start off with cartoonist Charles Addams. He was doing some cartoon work for the New Yorker in the early 30s, mostly single-panel comic strips, which was actually somewhat successful. But he wanted bigger and better ideas. For this inspiration, he looked no further than his hometown where he grew up, which would be Westfield, New Jersey. So around the area, there are a lot of older Victorian-looking mansions, you know, very gothic-looking old houses. There were some famous cemeteries in the area as well. So he's like, yeah, you know what? I should make a cartoon about a rich family who's really into this whole macabre mentality and like horror aesthetics. To which he did. He christened this family after his own surname, Addams. And with that, the Addams Family debuted in the New Yorker in 1938. despite this family being creepy and kooky and mysterious and ooky, they were still very much a tight-knit family. They still very much loved each other, is very much a cohesive unit as a family, and a lot of people could really identify with that. So the Addams Family became more and more popular. And with such popularity, of course, television comes a-knockin'. And thusly, the Addams Family TV show debuted in 1964, which, very much a classic, and they created one of the most amazing theme songs ever. Do-do-do-do. The show only lasted for 2 years, but, really heightened the popularity of the Addams Family, so much so that they made their animated debut in Scooby-Doo Meets the Addams Family, aka Wednesday is Missing, which debuted in 1972. That success led to the Addams Family animated series in 1973. There was the reunion TV special, Halloween with the New Addams Family, in 1977, until finally, in 1991, we got that majestic movie, The Addams Family. And that movie was fantastic! I freaking love that movie! The casting of it was, amazing, The tone of it, the atmosphere, the comedy, everything, amazing! And I was not the only person who thought that. Them thar people at ABC believed that as well, and they decided to make a cartoon series, technically based off the movie, but really more just capitalizing off it to where we get to our featured episode in that series. So this series being, kind of based on that movie, the characters, they are somewhat drawn like they were in the original cartoon strips, but they're also kind of drawn as the actors from this movie, especially Gomez. He very much resembles Raul Julia in this one, even with that gap between the teeth on the side of his mouth, Nice attention to detail. So for this Gomez to resemble Raul Julia is fantastic. Like I say, I loved his portrayal in the movie. What is as equally as fantastic is that this Gomez is voiced by none other than John Austin, the man who played Gomez in that original 60s show. So some nice touches all around. And that's how we get to this cartoon series. Of course, after this point, there are a lot more Addams Family material, other movies that went to the theaters, some that went straight to video, video games, comic books, there was even a musical, and currently, we get our Addams Family fix through the TV show, Wednesday. So yeah, you're all caught up with the Addamses. So for the main part of this show, it was about a ghost from a golf course. So, because I am interested in the paranormal, I do have to ask, are there haunted golf courses? Kind of yes, kind of no. A lot of golf courses that are said to be haunted don't necessarily have a golf-themed ghost haunting it. It may be a ghost from the area that just happens to appear near a golf course, much like in the case of the legendary course of St. Andrews in Scotland, which is said to have many ghosts. Some of them are really helpful and help you find your golf balls, which I would very much appreciate. Not that I really shank them into the woods, but it happens. Probably the most famous ghost story of golf courses would be from the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. I think I said it right. So in 1913, the US Open was played at that course, and youngster and kind of unknown golfer Francis Ouimet, who was the underdog of underdogs to win the US Open then, actually did pull off this stunning victory. Of course, with the help of his boy wonder caddy, Eddie Lowry. But this Open was basically the stuff of legends. Even so much to the point that there was a movie made about his victory called The Greatest Game Ever Played that came out in 2005. But since the death of Ouimet and Lowry, people have stated that they have seen their apparitions at the golf course. mostly just kind of hanging out, sitting on a bench, standing over there, which is pretty cool, you know, but if I can actually see this ghost legend, like, actually play a round of ghost golf, man, that would be amazing. However, that's never been cited yet, so I guess probably not. So there you go, some basics with the Addams Family and some golfing ghosts, but that's pretty much all I got. So with this, that, those, and the other things, I guess that's that. Also, if you're interested, I created my own comic book channel, 215 Comics. And currently, I have created my own cartoon series, The Adventures of the Density. And recently started a radio series featuring my newest character, Elastomorph, with more titles to come. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link up top here to that channel and some links at the end of the video. Yeah! Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, you know, feel free to do so. Or anything else, you know, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, you know, have a great day. Thanks.